Well, hi once again, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Accu-Stats Video Productions, it's our pleasure to welcome you once again to Day 2 of the 2016 Accu-Stats Make It Happen One-Pocket Invitational. Thank you very much. We're coming to you live, as always, right here from the Aramith Simonis Arena at Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey, the home of Accu-Stats and the home of the Make It Happen series. Well, here we are, the 8th go-around in the Make It Happen series, and it's our 3rd go-around in One Pocket. As has been our custom throughout the Make It Happen series, we've reached out to you, our Accu-Stats customers, and asked you to select 4 players to come back and compete for this title. You've done so. You've brought back 4 of our prior One Pocket champions, and we've added 2 new players to the mix. You've already seen them play, and we're glad to have them join our other 4. So we're looking forward to the rest of the weekend to see how all this plays out. All of our matches are a race to 3. The winner of each match receives $1,000. All players will play 5 times over the 4-day period in our round-robin format, and at the conclusion of the round-robin play after Sunday's 7 p.m. match, we will have the players with the 2 best overall records back at 9:30 Sunday night in a one-match playoff for the crown of Make It Happen champion for 2016. As always, we have the best equipment in the business. Diamond Billiard Products providing us this beautiful 9-footer with pro-cut pockets. Aramith providing us with the best balls in the business. And Simonis 860. We'd like to also just take another second to express our gratitude to those companies for their continued support of Accu-Stats and of Professional Pool. So before I introduce our players, I just want to once again say on behalf of our 6 great champions, Ed Ladawi and the staff here at Sandcastle, as well as everybody on the Accu-Stats team, how much we appreciate your loyalty, support, and devotion to this event. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it, you've once again made it happen. All right, let's get underway. This is match number 5. Both players have played once. Both players have yet to win. So someone's going to be 1-1, someone's going to be 0-2 after this. Our first player is from Toledo, Ohio, making his 2nd appearance here in the Make It Happen One Pocket series. This year he won the White Diamond Bar Table Classic, a very, very prestigious and difficult event to win. And he has also been the recipient of the 2015 Derby City Louis Roberts Action and Entertainment Award. He's sponsored by Action 24/7 Clothing and Samsara Accus. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Shredder. It's Danny Smith. Thank you. His opponent's from Denton, Texas. This gentleman's a former U.S. Open 9-ball champion. He's also a former BCA Open 9-ball champion. He's sponsored by Shirts Custom Cues, known as Double J. Would you kindly welcome Jeremy Jones? All right, we'll go ahead and lag for the break. Your official timekeeper is Miss Angel Maracas. Your official photographer, Carl Kantrowitz. And right now, I have the honor to turn it over to the booth to the voice of Accu-Stats, Billy Incardona, and to Hall of Famer, Danny DiLiberto. Take it away, guys.
We're at Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey, the home of the Make It Happen tournaments, Danny. This is the Make It Happen One Pocket Invitational. We have 6 of the finest players in the world playing here. And these 2 players tonight, not tonight, but this afternoon, is Jeremy Jones and Danny Smith. They're really very familiar with one another. Matter of fact, there's somewhat of a rivalry going on between the 2 of them. They've gambled a lot against one another. It's a pretty tough matchup, but I think I got to give Danny Smith a slight edge in this matchup.
Well, according to the way Jeremy played yesterday, I would have to say you're right. But they're both unvictorious so far. They lost their first matches. They're 0-1, and they can't afford to lose another one because that'll eliminate them.
I talked with Danny Smith earlier today, or this morning actually. He says he feels a totally different person today. He said you're going to see a much different Danny Smith at the table. Yesterday he played Shane Van Boning and really had the control of the match because Shane came in playing roughly, but Danny didn't take advantage of it and ended up losing the match to Shane Van Boning. He is 0-1, and he's looking to tie his record up at 1 apiece. Jeremy Jones, in my opinion, one of the most knowledgeable of all the top players playing this game. He doesn't strike balls as well as some of the players in this tournament, but I think his knowledge of the game makes up for that.
Well, Smith won the leg in the all-important first break.
He's going to try to create a little distance with the cue ball, try to move some balls to his side of the table, which he's done. He didn't really position the cue ball as nicely as he wanted to. He wanted to end straight up on the 1, straight in on the 1. He's allowed Smith at the table with a shot on the 1. Not an easy shot by any means, but the shot does carry a nice angle with it. So therefore, if he's able to put the 1 down, the cue ball will then travel cross table for perhaps another shot.
And it's free. Yeah, I think he can go right to the 11. Unless there's a dead one, I don't see one. He's going to the 11. He's falling short. You know, the table slowed down a little because we had rain last night, and that slowed everything down. I thought he hit it good.
If he could position the cue ball behind the 11 and open up balls to his side of the table, that would probably be ideal from this position. If he could hit the 15, maybe draw the cue ball to the side rail, then back toward the 11, I think that would be a real good shot that would open up balls to his side. No, he's not even thinking about doing that. Looks like he's double banking the 11.
He hit it pretty well. It's going in the
Almost.
area.
Jones can't really get to the 11. I don't even think he can get there with a masse, but it looks like he's going to have to kick. You know, really not going to be any indecision out there for Jones. He knows he has to kick. He's going to go right to the shot. Looks like it's a pretty good kick to me, Danny.
Yeah, he's going to make it.
He's going to have to either do one or two things, I do believe, from the position he's left in. He's either going to have to kick softly into the stack, and there's not much of a stack to kick into here, or come off the blue 2 ball. And
there's nothing looking rewarding kicking.
So therefore, he's in a pretty tough spot, but not really, because he's going to have some sort of an advantage after he leaves the table. He just doesn't want to make a mistake. So
I think he has to do something with the 8.
That's the 2 ball to the other
Oh,
end.
that's a 2 ball way down there?
Yeah. He's either going to kick softly into the stack, or he's going to try to do something with the 2. He hasn't really made up his mind, because neither of those 2 options are really great. But, that's what he has. So he's going to have to deal with one of those 2 options.
Well, I like moving the 2 because that's the only ball that Jeremy could shoot at. Good kick.
Yeah, he decided that he was going to do something very simple and not really run the risk of losing the cue ball, or losing the control of the 2 ball. So whenever you're in a situation like that, or a similar one, do something simple like he just did. And more often than not, it'll work out pretty good for you. At least you stayed out of harm's way with that shot. Interesting here. He's looking to kick here. He's looking to kick and hit the 10. This is a very, very creative shot here. Cue ball should end up near the upper left-hand quadrant of the table after hitting the 10.
It could turn out wrong.
Here we go. Very nicely done. That's a nice pull shot there.
It is. Everybody likes it too.
And that's a testament to his understanding and ability and his creativity. He's really a knowledgeable player. And when he played Reyes in his match yesterday, it was all Efren Reyes. He really didn't have enough time to showcase his skills. And he was a little nervous because he understood that that moment playing Reyes under the lights here, the Make It Happen event, was sort of like all new to him, and it was kind of made him a little bit nervous. But hopefully today he'll show us the real Jeremy Jones, and I think that shot is a pretty good indication of how well he understands the game.
Got to be careful here. He kicked. Look at that great kick. He didn't leave the 9, did he? He's looking at it. The 9 banks if he can hit it.
Yeah, he may have left the edge of the 9. Doesn't look like he has left him enough of the 9 to bank it cross-side.
Yeah, he can't
It
hit
can be
it.
cross-corner, but...
He can't hit it full enough.
But even if he can get it to his side of the table and put the cue ball on the 4, it'll be productive.
Oh, he had a pull ball to hit. He overcut it, in fact. That's a bad shot. Yeah, he couldn't hit it full enough, but it looked like maybe with a little masse he might have. But that's over.
He's laying awkward on the 3. He would like to hit the 3 and stick right there and move the 3 halfway, at least halfway across table. I don't think he has the angle to do that, so he's going to have to do something simple here. Maybe you thin off the 15 to either lay him underneath the 9 or on the 3, one of the two.
He went
Back
on
to
the
the
3.
Back to the 3. And the reason he did that is because he wants to cut off Jones's ability to hit balls. The only balls that Jones could hit here are the 3, the 9, and a little bit of the 14. So he's limited his options from doing that.
And he stopped him from banking the 2.
He's going to send the cue ball 2 cushions into the stack, most likely on the 4 and 6 here. And on the 5.
Well, does the 10 bank?
No, I don't think it does. And then he has to be concerned with the cue ball because the 9 ball is behind the 10. And I don't know if he can get the cue ball away quickly enough to avoid contacting 9, even if the 10 did bank. So he's trying to do something with that 3 again, but the last time he was at the table, he didn't have the angle to do anything with the 3. That's why he slid off the 15. And this time he doesn't have anything on the 3 as well, so he's going to have to do something with the 9. But he doesn't want to leave that bank on the 2, so he's going to have to be real careful he doesn't leave that bank on the 2 here. So he's taking away
Watch out.
He's taking away the bank on the 2, so that's
But
pretty
I think
good.
he left the bank on the 14.
But he don't mind him shooting that bank.
Yeah, if he controls the ball, he can fall on the 3 here. I like the 14. He's trying to figure out how to get the cue ball into the 3. I think that's the simple part of the shot.
He's going to hit the 15, it looks like. That's what he's afraid of with the cue ball. That he's going to come right down on top of the 3.
Oh, he hit it good. He hit it good. Yep.
He may have a kiss off here, a 10 off the 3.
But he at least has a cut on the 10. If it passes the 3, But either way, he can shoot the 3 or the 10. But you're right about the kiss off.
Okay, now he's taking a look at the 13 because that's where the cue ball is going to hit, down that end of the table. He should also take a look at the 6-15 in the stack. The 15 looks like it's aiming a little high, but he could possibly throw it in.
He made the 10. Watch out, cue ball. He fell on the 13.
I think he should take a look at that 15 off the 6. He should take a look at it now before he shoots the 13 to find out if that's a viable option.
Well, the 13 has the hit on that shot snookered.
No, he can see it. I can see from...
He could?
Yeah. He can hit the 6. He doesn't really overlook much, so I'm assuming he's already taken a look at it and doesn't like it. This is not an easy shot. He's straight in, a lot of distance here. That's good speed.
He hit it good, too.
Very nicely struck.
Now the combination might be very playable.
You can bet that he's going to choose the correct shot from this position. He doesn't like anything in the stack. He can't hit the 5 ball full enough to stick there, so he's staying away from that shot.
Just a simple shot to get through the inning. That's all he did, and he's got the 2 still bankable.
Actually, the 2 ball's in a much better position for him to bank it now than it was the last time, because it was kind of like frozen on the rail. And in order for Jones to have banked it in his pocket, he had to be laying perfectly on it. But now Smith has to defend against the 2. With whatever shot he chooses to shoot now, he has to defend against the 2, not allowing Jones back at the table to bank it.
He has no ball shootable, so if he can get a ball on that side rail, then that'll stop Jones from banking the 2.
You know, he can always cross bank the 2 and drop the cue ball down in this corner. That option is available to him. And if he doesn't like anything on this end of the table, I look for him to cross bank the 2. Now he's got to be careful here because he's not really happy with anything in the stack area. And if he shoots toward the stack area, he's still got to control the cue ball, not give up a bank on the 2. So therefore, there's a lot of things that he has to control if he opts to come down this side of the table and into the stack. He's got to control the balls that open up in the stack, and he's got to defend against the bank on the 2 ball. So I suspect that he's going to end up doing something with the 2 ball.
Well, that's dangerous because that 2 can ricochet and come back out if you go into the pile.
No, I'm thinking he just got to drop the cue ball down this end of the table.
Oh, that's best, yeah.
Yeah,
he can't
that's what I'm
bank the
saying.
2 at the pile.
He wants to go maybe 3 rails around and end up in the center diamond on the long rail. That's the only other option I see. Look, now he's going to leave him distance.
He's leaving the bank, too. Yeah, he left the bank on the 2. I'm sure Jeremy is going to shoot it.
Now, the angle that he's looking at here is a difficult angle because he's got to control the cue ball. There's a possible kiss here if he wants to go into the stack with the cue ball. There's no guarantee that that's going to work out. So therefore, this isn't an easy hit or an easy decision to make.
He's got to bank the 2 with right-hand English and go to the right. Well, he looks like he's hitting it low, but I think he can bank it with right-hand English. There won't be a kiss. Oh, he went the other way. That's going to leave a bank to Danny. Danny has a bank, as long as there's no dead balls.
And this bank isn't really that great either because this is a type of a bank that has to be hit perfectly or else there's a possibility of scratching. You can scratch at the other end of the table.
That's the only end you could scratch at. You can't hit the 2 and scratch in that close pocket, but he could go 1 rail to the long way.
He got a kiss on that bank, and the kiss actually aided him with that particular shot. Now the 2 balls laying near the pocket. I do believe that Jeremy can kick it out, send the 2 toward the 3 or the 4, and then the cue ball up table. He would like the 2 ball to end up around where the 3 is, if he opts to kick it. Now he went with the cross bank, which obviously now looks like a pretty good shot. He opened up 2 more balls on his side of the table. This is a risky shot, banking in the 5. He may take a look at it. He can bank the 5, and he can draw the cue ball for position on the bank on the 2. And he's taking a look at that shot now.
Well, you got to have good speed on the 5, or you could leave that bank for Jeremy.
That's exactly right. That's the problem with this shot, like Danny said. If you don't have the correct speed with the orange 5 ball after banging it, if you happen to miss it, you may leave a cross-corner bank for Jones, and he doesn't want to do that. Notice the speed now. He's got to have good speed here. If he doesn't have good speed, he's going to leave a bank.
He's shaking his head because he did leave a bank, but it's going to be tough to control and not leave a return shot.
But I think that he's going to bank it into the stack. If I were I would bank the 5 into the stack, drawing the cue ball up table, ending up in the left quadrant of this table.
See what Billy is saying, that if you try to hit it thin and bank it, you're going to lose the cue ball and maybe sell out to 7 and 8. But he can bank it fully and hit the pile. That'll control the cue ball better. It's not a bad shot, because the cue ball is going to wind up far away.
Yeah, he would like to bank it into the 4, which would then ricochet off the 4, carry him off the 4, the 5 that is, maybe hit the red 3 and send a couple balls toward your pocket and create some distance with the cue ball. Try to end up near that top rail, near that top left pocket.
I don't know if he's doing that either.
No, he's not doing that.
He's going to try to freeze him on the side of the pile. Oh, he left the bank. He left the bank on the 3.
Yeah, I was really surprised he didn't bank the 5 into the stack. I thought it was laying pretty good to do that.
Yeah, I thought so too, Billy.
You know, that was really surprising that he opted, because the hit on the shot that he's opted to shoot was difficult, and the results of it is indicative to how difficult actually it was.
He's trying to kill the cue ball. He can bank the 2 next if he makes this. And he did make it. I think he's got a bank on the 2.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, he may have a decent enough angle to bank it. It looks like it has to go long, meaning that it has to hit it looks like it has the angle to hit the short rail. And it may hit the short rail and go into the pocket. From my vantage point, that's what it looks like. But this is the type of a shot that he's going to have to roll, because he wants to end up with a nice shot on the 8 and 7. If he doesn't put it near the pocket...
I don't think he's going that far, Billy. I think he's going to go right on the pile. He made the bank, and he's got the ball. You were right. Well, this game could be coming to a close here.
Smith's playing for 4 balls. He has the 8 and then the 7.
We see 3 of them pretty clear. Oh, not anymore, we don't. I don't think the 9 goes. That was kind of a bad shot.
No, he's going to shoot the 7, I do believe, or maybe the 15-4 combination. He's taking a look at that.
No, he's shooting the 7. Very thin hit.
He's got to be careful. Well, I think the hit's not a problem. He's an excellent shot maker.
Oh, he proved it right there.
He's playing for 2 balls. He has 6. Jones has 3. Now he's taking a look at the 6-15 because he doesn't want to leave Jones a dead ball in the stack if he opts to bank the 5.
Well, if he banks the 5, he's going to try to draw it between the 6 and the 12. That's what he did, but he didn't make the ball. He left the bank.
Now, if the 6-15 are dead, then I think that was inadvisable for Smith to bank at the 5. He should have broken up the 6-15.
Yeah, you're right.
Because now Jones is at the table. He trails 6-3. He has a bank on the 12, and if the 6-15 are laying good enough to be pocketed, that's what we'll be playing for. We'll be playing the bank, the 12, and then the 6-15 combination.
And the 9-4 looks pretty good too, Billy. That's probably better than the 6-15.
It could be. Well, he made the bank. Now let's see what he's left himself.
I think he's going to shoot the 6-4.
Now, if both of those combinations are available, or if either one of them is available, I don't like the shot that Smith chose with banking the 5. Because you can only lose the game with the shot. You couldn't win the game.
Yeah, it looks straight in on the 6-4.
He's going to have to come across table for the position for the 9.
That ball was straight in, and now I think the 9 goes if the 5 doesn't snooker him. I don't know. Now it's different.
I think he's going to have to play the 3-ball combination. Even if it doesn't go, the 15 is going to end up near the pocket.
I think the 9 goes too on the one ball combination.
Well, I don't think he has a full pocket for the 9.
Well, he's looking at it. Let's see. Oh, he shot it. Yeah, it went in, I think. Oh, not quite hard enough.
Well,
Score 6-5 now.
6-5 is correct. I think that
Danny Smith has to give him that ball hanging.
Yeah, I think that he made a big mistake by banking the 5, opening up the door for Jones. He's lucky Jones didn't run out.
Yeah, he had a chance to.
Nice.
Very nice, but I think he could bank at the 6. Cutting the 6 is going to put right-hand English on it, and he has a good one-railer. Accuracy is what counts, and then the speed. But the 6 is going to get right-hand English. Well, I think he's going to try to put him back on the 9 off the 6. I think that's all he's got.
Yeah, he's going to do that, but this is where you have to rely on the trueness of the table. He's going to be rolling toward the 6, just like Danny said. He's going to hit the left side of the 6 and hopefully drop onto the 9. Looks like he's going to hit this with speed.
I don't like that.
No, he didn't.
He shot my shot, but
right.
He didn't put him behind the 9.
Well, we really can't tell. We couldn't tell if the ball rolled off or not, because if the ball just rolls off a little bit, he's going to hit the thin side of the 6 and not be able to put him on the 9.
I think Jeremy was looking at the billiard 6-9.
Yeah, if the 9 ball is laying like a 1/8 of an inch off the rail, this billiard becomes much more makeable, and maybe even so that he'll shoot it. Because he can win the game, because he can bank the 6 across the table and then play the billiard, and he'll have position on the 6.
Yeah, he's playing the billiard. He better make it. He did. He made it, yeah.
See, now the 6 went across the table, but he didn't get the movement with the cue ball that he
it
wanted
didn't
to
come
get.
out enough. Now he doesn't have a natural bank on the 6. I think it'll be a kiss.
He's going to move to 5 now. He needs 1 ball. So his objective at this point should be put the 5 in a position where Danny can't get to it. and run out. I think that's a pretty good spot for the 5 if you're Jones. Now he's got to be careful not to sell out a 3-railer on the 5. He left him a bank on the 6. Now this bank is pretty risky too because he does have a bank on the 6, but the cue ball will be heading toward that upper right-hand corner.
You're right.
So therefore, this is not an easy shot to shoot because there's always that risk of scratching cross corner. Matter of fact, he's passing on the shot.
He's just going to bank it on his side and come back long. That's what he's doing.
That's real good speed of both balls. He's put the 6 out of play.
I don't know if it's out of play. It might be a combination bank.
It could be, but I don't know if that's the right shot from here, you know. You want to have a little bit better control of the balls.
No, you're right. He's going to lose the cue ball a little bit.
Yeah, I just like coming off the rail before the 5, spinning to the other side of the table with the cue ball. You know, buy a little time and maybe try to manage these balls a little bit better before you go after your pocket, you know. Hit the rail in front of the 5 with left-hand English and just spin across table. I think that would be a very safe shot, and I don't think going for anything right now is really the right thing to do.
He looks like he's winding up to shoot. He did, but he got the kiss and might have went inside.
That's why that shot's not the right shot. You
You're
can't
right.
control the balls.
He couldn't control the cue ball. Now he's got a spot shot to win the first game.
Hey, can you switch it to where that black isn't right where I'm hitting? Thank you. You can just move it.
So I think Danny made a couple, you know,
Right.
ill-advised moves with first banking the 5 when he shouldn't have because of those 2 dead balls that were in the stack. And this shot right here, you know, he opened up the door for Jones now twice, and maybe this time was just too much. The door is pretty wide open right here.
Yeah, I felt like he was going to miss that because I don't think he's real confident. You could look at his face. He doesn't look confident. He doesn't look happy. You got to make that to win the game, don't you, Billy?
Yeah, when you get to this
Especially the
level.
other guy needs 3 and they're out of play.
But spot shots are missable, Danny. I've missed
Oh,
many
of course
them.
they are, but players to win the game are supposed to make it. Well, he can't shoot at the 6. He's just got to move this 1. I think he can kick it away.
I think he's going to have to use the bottom rail to kick here. No, and this is not an easy takeout either. Could have some, because of the angle that he's going in at. He may have to go in at as the long rail. Let's see what he does. He went the other way.
Good shot.
Now that just goes to show you how knowledgeable he is. Look at the cue ball. Look at the 1 ball. He didn't have any problem getting out the 1. He didn't have any problem controlling the 2 ball. Obviously, he's well versed at that type of a takeout, and the results speak for itself.
He's just going to get through the inning here, I believe. Nothing aggressive.
Yeah, and that's what he should have done the last time he was at the table. Or the time before, I should say, when he scratched in the side. He's done something simple.
Well, you need one and the other guy needs three. Don't do anything dangerous.
He's trying to figure out where he wants to position the cue ball and the ball. If he doesn't have any good options, he'll just do something simple. He tried to put the one totally out of play, get at least one of those balls totally out of play.
He did that.
He wants to play ball for ball, needing only one to Smith's three. That would be the ideal thing, the scenario for him, the ideal scenario. But I don't think Smith's going to accommodate him. Smith's job is to get all those balls grouped and then pocket one and hook Jones so he can put two balls on the foot spot. If he can get a ball on the foot spot,
he's looking to see where the 6 is going to hit the 5. He might be able to bank this off the 5.
No, that's
very
not gonna,
creative. I know he looked at it though.
That's not going to be. He left Jones a bank on the 5.
Or a kick. I don't know about the bank, but he left a kick for sure.
He may not even shoot the 5. If he does, he may cross it and then drop the cue ball down table. He's looking at the 1, 2, but I don't think he's going to shoot that shot. Banking the 5 toward the pocket may be the wrong shot. He may just bank across table near the side pocket. He's going to play a real tight game here.
That's what he did.
So he's playing a tight game. He didn't like the angle he was offered to bank the 5 toward his pocket because he would lose the cue ball. And you really can't give Smith any kind of a shot on that spot ball, even if it's a back cut, because he hits those back cuts so well. And I think Jones is well aware of that. He's played Smith a lot of pool, and he knows his strengths. I think he left him a 2-railer here, Danny. Even though
he did.
He's going to shoot his 2-railers, no question. He'll be able to control the cue ball very nicely.
It looks straight in, and it looks like you could 2-rail it and stick right there.
Yeah, this is the type of a shot that he would shoot, needing only one, because he can control the cue ball and he can control the 1 ball.
Might be in. Might be in. If he has the speed, it's going to die. It was right in.
Now, this is a real tough situation that Smith is confronted with here.
I think you kicked lightly at the 1 that blocked the banks.
And that would be a good option.
I think that's what he's doing. I don't think he can bank it. Kick lightly and put the 1 in the way of the banks, like that.
But he wasn't able to hide the 5. But the problem Jones has is that the 6 ball is in the path of the bank of the 5. So he's going to have to bank the 5 wide because he can't afford to hit the 6 with the 5. That would be a big mistake.
Is he 2-railing it? No, he
Wow,
won't rail
boy,
it.
did he hit that nice.
Oh, yeah. Harder, he would have made the 1. Oh, the 1 would have been in.
Look where he parked that cue ball.
Beautifully.
This is a very, very difficult spot. Very difficult.
Well, he might have to kick lightly at the 1 again. The 1's not pros.
I kind of like this kick. Let me have overhit. I kind of like this kick. That's the kick to the side rail, to the bottom rail, and then behind the 1 in that fashion. Even if you give up a scratch, that's okay too.
What's he doing here? You're going to try to put it on his side and put the cue ball towards the end rail? I don't know. That combination there is dangerous. The 1 is just off the rail where it's not missable.
He's looking to 2-rail the 6 here.
Oh.
He's looking to 2-rail. He's asking an awful lot.
That's giving up.
In a very threatening position.
That's giving up if he shoots this shot. Cue ball's flying around. It's giving up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he could have done a couple of different things other than that.
The one is not missable. He should have kicked lightly at the one again. This is not missable.
Oh, that was a very interesting game, wasn't it? Game number 1
Yeah,
goes
Danny
to Jones.
Smith's not thinking real straight again today. It's like you said, he banked at the 5 and he sold out banks for Jeremy.
So we saw Jones come up with some pretty creative shots, and he played really solidly in that game. He made a lot of real good moves, and showed us that
Well, it's like you said,
that his
he's a very
knowledge
good
of the game.
thinker,
Oh, yeah.
knowledge-wise, but he doesn't shoot real straight because he missed the spot shot to win the game a half hour ago. And I exaggerate. And he lost on his break. He lost the advantage now.
That's a good break, even though it appeared that they didn't open up that great. It's a good break. You have a ball on the foot rail near the pocket and a ball on the side rail near a pocket. So if he can't do anything with the 5-9 here, he's got a little bit of a problem. He may be able to shoot the 5 into the 9, but then again, he still has to control the cue ball.
There isn't the right angle to bank the 5 and go in upstream and double him up.
I'll tell you a shot that he has. He can shoot into the 12. That's the ball in front of the pink. Now, the pink ball will go off the 13 and then go to the side rail and then back to his side. He can park the cue ball right on the 14, parallel to the 9. I don't know if he sees the shot, but I know it's there. I've played this shot many times. He can shoot this ball here. Pink will hit the 13. The pink will go here and over cross table. The cue ball will stick right there. He will not give up a shot on the 9.
Well, he did what I thought he should try to do, and he scratched. He controlled it. He was going to double him up on the 15-9. Well, Jeremy Jones got a good chance to win game 2.
But the shot that I diagrammed on the telestrator was definitely there. You know, and you didn't have to travel with the cue ball. You stick him in the stack. And I think that shot would have been very effective, you know.
Billy, whatever it was better than what he did.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. That shot, the shot that he ended up shooting is a good shot. Don't get me wrong. He just got unfortunate that he scratched there. But the other shot, it just looked like it was just tailor-made, you know.
Oh, I wouldn't shoot this ball. I would shoot the 9 and go to the 8-1 rail. I would never shoot this one.
Well, the 14, but boy, he's on the
Yeah.
he's on the right side of the balls now. I mean, that
Yeah.
was a great shot to get on the right side of these balls.
I wouldn't have shot it, would you? I like the 9 to the 8, but now this looks great.
You know, I like the shot that you're comfortable shooting. Obviously, he was comfortable shooting that shot. And if that was the shot he was comfortable shooting, that was the right shot for him for many reasons. One is that it puts you on the right side of the stack and increased your potential in ball running here.
I got a guy in my pool room. I told him to shoot a shot. He said, I'm not comfortable with that shot. I said, you want to be comfortable? Go home and lay down on the couch.
He really lost control of the cue ball there.
Right now?
Yeah,
Now he's got the 9 the way I wanted.
Yeah, but he wanted to fall on either the 3 or the 12.
Well, he accidentally fell on a good, safe shot and a chance to run out.
Yeah.
This is what I like to start with, but he fell on the balls well, so he should get all the way out now. Got to go to the 8 here.
He wants to hit the 6.
He did all right if the 6 passes.
No, he wanted to hit the 6, and
I don't like it. I don't know why he didn't go one rail to the 8. But like you said, he's more comfortable doing that. Now let's see what happens.
See, the problem he foresaw getting on the 8 was after the 8, what do you do, you know? You
could have done anything.
Really?
You got the bank on the 2. Yeah, just fall on the 8. Is he playing the combination? Looks like it. And he's missing the combination, and he's lucky he didn't sell out the 7. Maybe he did. Yeah, I don't like the path he took. And right now, he doesn't. The only one who likes it is Danny Smith.
This is a very difficult shot. He's very close to the 7.
Well, he's close enough to hit the paint. That's what he's got to do.
He's got to control that cue ball. It's going to be a tough hit here.
Well, the 4 and 10 go. That's where he was going. Watch out, pocket. Ooh, look where it stopped.
I don't know. He may have corner hooked him. This is
It's close.
Close to a corner hook. No, I think he can see the 10.
He made a good shot pocketing the 7 and going that way, but a little too hard.
Well, if he can pocket the 10, he'll be back in business. I think he's shooting the wrong ball. I shoot the 10, not the 4.
Well, either ball is going to have just about the same angle to fall on the 6. I think if he shoots the 4, he's not going to hit the 10. The main thing here is you're behind, make the ball. He hasn't made up his mind which one to shoot, Billy.
Well, the 10's a much better ball, in my opinion, to shoot. You know, that's natural to the 6. At least from my vantage point, I'm thinking that.
He missed.
You see, he could have rolled the 10 as opposed to drawing the 4. Yeah, he was drawing to draw away from the 10, shooting the 4.
Okay, what does Jeremy do now? He can't shoot the 15, could he? No.
No, he's not going to shoot the 15.
Does he play the 3-ball combination? Does the 7 pass?
You know what? I think he's
7
thinking.
passes.
I think he's thinking that if he shoots the 7, he just might graze the 6 and scratch.
I don't think you're going to hit the 6.
Well, that's what I think he's thinking.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to hit the 6.
Well, maybe he does. I think that's more important.
Well, that's why we're up here doing commentary, because, I want people to believe I'm giving the right shot. I think he can shoot the 7 and not even worry about hitting the 6, just with natural speed. He's drawing it, though, it looks like. He's not going to hit the 6, Billy.
Oh, if he draws it, he might not. If he drew it away from the 6.
It was the right shot, anyway.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying, that's why he had all that indecision, because he was afraid he was going to hit the 6. That's why he drew it away from the 6.
Now, does the 2 go, or does he have to play the combination? Combination is sitting pretty good anyway. Talking about the 2-8. He's sitting in that can't miss area. Get it? But I don't think he played position. He might have a combination.
He's got a shot in the 3.
Okay. Is he amphibious? Yeah, he's amphibious. He's 1.
Yeah, well, he's going to shoot that 3-ball combination. It seems to be laying pretty good. And he'll roll it in. And if he doesn't make it, that 13 will be in the pocket.
Yeah, he's shooting it. Good shot. Oh, he really took advantage of not winning the lag for the first break. Now he's got the advantage in this match.
Oh, big advantage. Now Smith has to win 3 consecutive games. But
Well, we've seen that a couple times yesterday.
yeah, Gold State Warriors did it. They won 3 consecutive straight. But it's not easy. Yeah, the ill-fated Smith walks to the table now after scratching in that corner pocket. Getting kissed in there. Now he has a chance to open up the balls in game number 3. And he needs to win 3 consecutive games.
Pretty good break. Everybody's been breaking pretty well. Except the one rule we changed is if you make a ball on the break, you rack them over. It doesn't count.
What is he doing? Look where he put the cue ball. That's a pretty good place to put it, I think.
I think so, too.
I think he did a real good job of figuring out how to get out of this break.
Well, so far he did. Oh, boy.
Well, he got out of it.
He got out of it, and he didn't leave a return. Tough.
He's going to elevate and try to play the 13 or the 12 off the 5, which create some action and control the cue ball. Nope.
He sold out.
Well, he was fortunate. He was fortunate. Very fortunate. The 7 blocks the bank on the 15. He doesn't have a shot on the 8.
He doesn't?
No.
I thought he had a shot on the 8.
No. Yeah, and he's got a little bit of a problem here. See, he's looking up table now. For him to kick rail first on the short rail into the 15, that's a very difficult shot. He wants to position the 8 near the pocket and send that cue ball up by the 6. So even though he can't pocket the 8, he's going to make it difficult for Smith when he comes to the table.
That's what he did, Billy. He might go right behind the 6.
Oh my, that's what he did. And he played to go behind the 6, by the way. He's cut off the Smith's ability to get to the 8. So therefore, that shot worked out quite well, as did his first shot. He's come with 2 real good shots. For you people out there that are watching this, he came with 2 real good shots after the break, and now this one. A testament to how he thinks playing this game, and that's why Accu-Stats chose him as one of the players in this tournament, because of his understanding of the game and his ability to execute his thoughts. Smith said, I'm going to play this 3-ball combination. This release won't give him
Oh, forget
anything.
this.
Yeah,
Forget
well,
it.
it's a good shot.
He made it, too. He was desperate enough to shoot it, and he hit it very well.
Well, it built in safety with the shot. He's going to open up the balls, and he's not going to give up a shot, which was, pretty good thinking.
Well, his name is Danny.
I said it was good thinking.
There's 5-star ale sitting there grinning.
Danny, do you go into the stack off the 1 or the 12, one of those 2 balls?
I spin and try to hit the 3 off the 1.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Well, he's going to shoot the other ball. I think this has less control than shooting the 1. Get it? He's going behind the 6 now. That's no good. I
Yeah.
would have never shot that ball.
I really liked your shot. Yeah, coming
Now
up.
he can shoot the 1, but what's he going to get? He can't bank at the 7 next because the 2 or the 8 is sitting there. He knows right now, shooting the 1, he's shooting at 1 ball, and it doesn't have to turn out well. Plus, he could miss it.
He really doesn't have the angle to fall on the 3.
Oh, he's not going to even think of that. I think, if anything, he would bank the 7 next, but not with that 8 sitting there.
Yeah, he figures, if he's thinking clearly, which there's a chance that he's not, if he's thinking clearly, then there's a chance that he's not. As he addresses the table with the elevation here, this is tough.
Is he trying to stroke it and do something else? I don't think so. I think he's supposed to cinch it. This was wasted. That was a wasted effort there. I don't think he had to do that. He didn't gain anything doing it, and he could have missed it.
Now he's got to shoot the 12 into the top side of the 8 off the side rail.
Not a bad shot if he executes it. Even if you make the 8, the 12 is going to your pocket. But that's all he has right now, Billy. Unless he wants to kick 1 rail.
No, this is not a bad shot, because he's got a chance to pocket the 12. Not a good chance, but still an outside chance.
Knock the 8 away. But it all turned out wrong. All because he didn't shoot the 1 to start with.
I agree with you there. I didn't particularly care for his decision to shoot the 1 the way he did. Eventually, shoot it later on. He shot the 12 ball, the 13, or was it the 12, and ended up table, and then he jacked up like he did, elevated, and tried to draw the 1.
Now he's got a missable shot on the 12. If he makes it, he'll be rewarded. He'll have a cut on the 8. But this is not a gimme.
There's a lot of pressure to this shot, because I think the correct way to shoot this shot is to follow to the rail.
You're right. He looks like he's hitting it low and going to take the cut on the 8.
He's going to force it to the side rail, like this.
He's going to force his wallet. That's what he's going to force.
He didn't want to follow it.
I think the 10 goes. I'm not sure.
I think it does go. And if it goes, you can bet that these balls are going to get opened up. Yeah, he's going to shoot the 10, and he's going to go right into the 14. He's going to open up a lot of balls here.
He doesn't need to open up many. Just make the 10. I think he'll fall on maybe the 7 or the 3. Just make the ball. That's the big thing here. You're going to get a shot. You don't have to stroke it with speed.
Yeah, well, you don't need really speed. Just make the ball like you say.
Just make the ball. That's the speed. He fell on the... No, he didn't. Does he have the 7? Maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I do believe he has a shot on the 7, but I'm not sure.
Well, the way he's looking, he might not have it. He looks like he's shooting a 9-3.
Yeah, if he does that, he wants to draw behind the 8.
Yeah, that's where he's going. He doesn't like any of it.
And this shot is reminiscent of a couple shots he had yesterday where he missed the whole ball.
Oh, I don't think he's cutting at it. Oh, yes, he is. Look at that cut. Man, that was a great shot.
Yeah, he hits that shot really well. I mentioned earlier that
I call it hitting the paint. Now what? He's got 5.
I kind of like just cutting the 9 and going back up table where he is now with the cue ball. At least that shot you have a control, and you don't really do anything that haphazard. Like, well,
Oh, look at that shot. He shot it off the 7 and it was a good shot.
Well, he needs to win 3 consecutive games. Smith, when he was at the table, when Jeremy was at the table last time, he had an excellent opportunity when shooting that 12, and he opted to force it. And
Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to miss it. It was missable. I would have cinched it and took the cut on the 8.
now he's going to try to clear the pocket here, but most importantly, I think he's going to try to create distance with the cue ball.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get away with this.
He's going to create distance with the cue ball.
Yeah, he created distance, but he left the 5.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he has the angle to do much with the 5.
No, does the 14 pass? If he makes the 5.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that the 14 does pass.
How about the 12?
I don't think any of those balls pass, really.
Well, we'll find out shortly.
Yeah.
This puts him on 6 if he makes it. Well, he made it. Now, if the 14 goes, this game is over. He's looking like it goes.
I don't think it goes.
Well,
I think he's looking at the 7. Because this is a type of a shot that he likes. I don't know if it's advisable to shoot, but he likes this kind of a shot. Sometimes when you like a certain shot, even though it's a lower percentage shot, you still end up shooting it. Let's see what he does. See, he wants to shoot it so bad. He's smiling. He's saying, I hit this shot good. I know I can make this. But you don't need to be impatient here.
he's not shooting the 7. He poor railed this ball, but it's not not short enough. Yeah, now does the 2 bank.
Well, he's going to shoot a good shot here.
Well, if the 2 banks, he's going to get in this game. Might bank.
And if a 2 doesn't bank, he still has a good shot on the 14 in some way. Either bank the 14 and shoot the 14 into the 11, or bank the 14 into the 7. One of those 2 shots is available. But maybe he's on the angle where he can't do neither. But he would like to move that 11. I know that.
Yeah, well, I don't think he can hit the 11 full enough to control anything.
And if he doesn't have an angle to do either, then what he should do is stick on the 4 ball. Try to figure out a way to stick on the 4 ball.
Shooting the 14. I don't think it passes the 7.
See, yeah, that's the shot. He
moved
wants
the
to
11.
stick on the
That
4
was
ball.
a good shot.
Yeah, he made a good shot. I don't know if Smith can see the 9. If Smith can't see the 9, then he's got some problems. But if he can see the 9, then he can work himself out of this position.
He's shooting at the 9, Billy.
He wants to Massey. Well, Massey hit it softly. He made the 3.
I don't think he played that, but he controlled the cue ball. But now I think he's got to shoot the 9.
You may be correct about him not playing it, but you know what? When you execute shots well, which he just did, then you get lucky more often.
Well, he played the cue ball, and he got away with it. He's shooting the 7 again, the shot you said he likes. does like it.
Well, 2-1. Jones over Smith in game number 4 coming up. And I believe it's going to be Jones's break here.
It is.
A lot of pressure for Jones here. Even though he leads in the match 2-1, he has to break in this game here. And why there's a lot of pressure on him? Because he knows that he has to, if he's going to win this match, it's probably going to be on this game right here. So he's got to break him good. Because if he doesn't win this game, he's going to be an underdog going into the final game with Smith breaking the balls. It's a good break. He controlled the cue ball nicely.
Now, does he have an angle to bank the 4 at something and go to that far corner and double him up? I think he does.
Right. Jones had to be, Smith had to be concerned with that 3 ball. See, the 3 ball looks like it's dead into Jones's pocket. So if he opts to come off that 4, he has to make sure that he moves that 3, because the 3 is a triple combination dead into the pocket.
Yeah, he's shooting my shot. Trying to double him up. He didn't quite do it. He left the 11 and a chance for position.
The balls really aren't laying with that well for Jones. He has to pocket this 11 now. That's the main thing.
Yeah, position is automatic if he makes it. 11's sitting pretty good. You don't have to shoot it hard.
Yeah,
and he got there.
The angle was a little awkward, but he did drop onto the 12.
Now what do? Do you draw it or play for the bank? There isn't a bank.
Well, from our vantage point, it's very difficult to see the exact angle that he has. And this is a type of a shot that a little bit of difference in angle determines on what you would do with the cue ball. So therefore, for us to make some sort of a call here is pretty difficult, because you have to have
I think
a real good sight of the angle.
He can draw to the 6.
Or the 4.
Well, the 3 snookered the 6, I think.
Yeah. Well,
so he does have the 4.
Yeah, well, the 4 just is a better shot because you open up the balls and you have the 6 next. You got to stay down on this shot. And you got to shoot it with the confidence that you're going to make it and run out.
Well, he's got a combination now. 10-6, and it looks straight in.
Now things are starting to work out for him here.
Yeah.
This is the game that he must win if he expects to win this match. And he looks like he's well on his way here.
And this is the match he has to win if he expects to win the tournament.
Exactly. You can't fall behind 0-2 in matches and expect to win this tournament. It's not going to happen. He has 4 balls. He's playing for 4.
Now I think he can go to the 7 or the 14.
Come on, JJ.
I think he was trying to go to the 14, and he didn't hit the cue ball low enough. So now he's got a little trickery here. Is the combination dead?
Well, you can't follow this ball because you're
going to hit the balls on the wrong side.
Yeah, so I don't know what he's going to do here. I shoot this shot the best way that gives me the best chance of pocketing the 7. I think he's going to draw it for the 14 here. I believe he can get away from the 9 quickly enough, go cross table for position for the 14. I think this is the shot that I would choose. But he's got to stay down on this shot. Nope.
I thought he could hit the 5. That's what he tried to do. Unless that ball is dead. I thought he was trying to hit the 5. That would have gave him the 2, but he didn't hit it.
Exactly. That's exactly what he tried to do.
Now he needs 2, and he's got a bank here.
He's got a nice bank here. This is a type of a bank that's pretty easy to judge both the direction and the speed.
Right. Now he needs
He's
1.
playing for 1 ball.
Now he's looking at the combination. It must be good.
No, it's not good.
Well, he's shooting it.
I don't think so.
You're right. You were right last year once.
Yeah, well, he's right more often than any of us. Tell you what, he put the 9 ball in play. He cut off the entire table. Smith can only shoot the 8 or the 15, so therefore he has to accommodate Jones in the way Jones wants to play this rack. Not much you can do here. Now Jones will come off the 8, send another ball out of play. He only needs 1, and that's going to be his plan. You don't have to be like a rocket scientist to figure this one out. Just send another ball out of play, and once again, limit Smith what he can see, and his options will then be limited.
Well, everybody uses that term, rocket scientists. Do rocket scientists play 1 pocket? I don't know any.
But if they did, can you imagine how well they would play?
Yeah, especially if it's on the moon.
Yeah, just get the cue ball back down to the foot rail.
Get more balls out of play. That's what he's doing. Except he made the 8. He didn't want to make any balls.
Yeah, he's got a big problem.
No. Look at where the balls are sitting. He needs 1. Danny Smith needs 8. Yeah, I think you're right. He's sitting pretty good, Jeremy.
Yeah, I think so. Danny wants to shoot at something so bad. He really wants to shoot at something because he likes to shoot to begin with, trailing 7-0. You know, he wants to shoot so bad.
I think because his name is Danny, we ought to call him Smith. Just trying to make another ball in play. I think he left the bank on the 1.
Yeah, he did. He did. But do you shoot it?
Sure to shoot it. It's, again, good speed. Go towards the 9 1 rail. Yeah, I think he shoots it.
No, I don't know.
I think he shoots it. You need 1.
I mean, he's certainly not good, in my opinion. If I'm going to judge him, he's not going to lose any dignity if he doesn't shoot it. He only needs 1, and all those balls are still in play. I've seen some crazy stuff happen.
Yeah, but he's shooting the 1, and he's going towards the 9. He made it. He made it close. He went towards the 9. Now he sold out 5 balls. Well, he didn't control the cue ball real well, but...
Well, I thought he hit it pretty good. The 1 ball creeped to the pocket, but that's what I'm saying. You don't really want to open up the door for these upper echelon players. Like now is not the time. I don't really see much wrong with banking at the 1, other than maybe this.
Well, he's got to make this, run 5, and then follow the 9 in.
All right.
If he misses this, he sleeps in the street. He made it, but he didn't paw on the balls real well. It's going to be tough to paw on those 4 balls now.
If he doesn't have a natural angle to fall on the 15 after pocketing the 5, I would consider pocketing the 1 and going in behind it now.
I think you're right, Billy.
See, he looks like he's going to pocket the 5 and then go into the 1. And then if he does that, he loses. If that's the situation, then he either pockets the 5 and draws it out. But if he draws it, he's out of position. I think he should consider pocketing the 1 and following behind it now.
I think you're right. I don't think he can hit this soft enough to hold it, but he's going to try. Sleep in the street.
Yeah, he should have pocketed the 1
I think you're right.
and followed behind it then. But now he's going to lose the match. Not
Yeah.
because of that, but going to lose the match because,
I don't think he thought real straight this whole match.
well, I thought Jones played a real solid match. He made a lot of good shots. Danny just shot a few shots that he shouldn't have shot, and it cost him. But that one scratch, that unlucky kiss that he got up there, that was big because this match would have been a lot closer. We would have still been playing had that not happened. Anyways, we're going to close it up. And
Okay, who's the next match?
I think
Let's
it's going to
tell
be Reyes and Shohan.
Yeah.
I think the next match, which will be Reyes Shohan, and well, what time are we going to start that match? It's almost 2:30. Okay, it's 1:15, and we'll be back at 2:30 for Reyes Shohan. Don't miss that one, folks. Don't miss that one.